What's up, traders? Zach here from the Trading Network. Hope you guys are doing well and that everybody had a good weekend. It is Sunday, February 28th, and I've got another weekly market profile forecast for everybody. As you guys can see here on my screen, I did actually hop into a little trade here in the opening of the Globex Session. I am taking an op zone trade. As you guys might know, this is my trending strategy. We opened up with a nice little gap here. We closed down here closer to 3,800 and opened up closer to 3821, and I am targeting Fibonacci pivot R1, which is also right around New York opening range from Friday. So I just wanted to show you guys this. I'm going to let that trade play out while we get into our forecast here. So first and foremost, let us hop over to the market profile here, and we will dig into current session profiles just to see what we got going on the open. You can see that currently we have opened within Friday's range and value for this overnight session. So at the moment, especially with our gap up from the close, I am indeed looking for a move back up to test Friday's value area high and the overnight session from Thursday into Friday's overnight high there. So my target is actually right around this area. This is the value area high for the overnight session from the 25th into the 26th session, and basically right around this previously naked POC at 38.45. My target is at 38.45 on the dot, as you guys can see right there. And if all goes as planned, then we should be hitting our target quite soon here. So let me pull up just briefly my trades. You guys can see it on chart here. Whoops, there we go. And we will continue. All right, so moving into the weekly profile here, I am interested in price moving back above these highs if we can hold above the weekly point of control. And just so you guys can see, I'll pull up my trade here as well so we can keep an eye on it. So we are opening up again within Friday's range and value, which means there is not a huge change in sentiment at the moment from other time frame players or those larger players. Just notice my camera wasn't on there. So just to reiterate there, when we open within range and value, obviously we are opening, we're referring to the overnight session, so not as important or impactful as a New York session, but generally speaking, that idea still holds true where we haven't changed drastically in regards to the market sentiment or context. So what I will be looking for is price to either hold above this point of control from last week at 38.30, and if we do hold above 38.30, I do like a move back up into the 50 area. And this is, we do have a bit of a void here in the monthly volume composite. So when we have a gap or a void in a volume profile or in the TPO, typically that area gets revisited and filled in. So that is what I will be looking for if we hold above 38.30 and moving above that 38.45 level as well, which was the point of control from the January 25th session. So if we do move and hold above, again, these are the areas that I'm looking at. More specifically, this 38.70 level, it'll probably be a little bit of an area of interest, but more so this 78.80 level where we have multiple weekly lows lining up together. That is more of an area of interest for me. You can see that we also have a high volume node right there. So that is an area that I will be looking at to the upside for a higher time frame target if we do hold above POC. On the flip side, if we move back below 38.30 and we can't hold last week's point of control as support, then I will indeed very likely be looking for a move down to this 38.15, 38.10, 38.15 area. I'll draw a box around this zone right here so you can see we have value area high from week of January 4th. We have value area high from the week of January 11th. And we have the value area low from last week as well. So that is a very interesting area to me, especially when we have multiple weekly levels lining up on the weekly profile, and more so when there are areas where we haven't really had a lot of business done recently. So we came down and did some business in that area last week, but it could be an area where we need to revisit, especially because we still have this gap kind of lingering, if you will, that we have not closed. So we got pretty close to closing it. You can see this is what I'm talking about here. So we have a gap between here and here. That is a gap in the regular trading hours weekly profile. That means that the only time that this area was visited was in the Globex sessions or the overnight sessions. And typically when we have a gap in a weekly profile like that, you can see we have one here as well, they get revisited and closed. So just as an example, this gap was created on the week of January 18th, and you can see on the next week we came and we closed that gap. This gap was created the week of February 1st, and it could be argued that we closed it. We got within 8 points or so, something along those lines. But that is still going to be an area of interest to the downside for me if we cannot hold above 38.30. So let's move back over to the weekly profile here, and let's take a little bit of a closer look in regards to what went down last week and more specific levels we can look towards on the weekly profile tomorrow, for instance, during the regular trading hour session. So tomorrow, if we are holding, once again, that 38.30 level was Friday's POC, so that's a major level on the session profile as well. But with that said, tomorrow if we hold above Friday's POC, if we move and hold above 42, which was Thursday's POC, then I will very, very likely be looking for a move that's back into the 70 levels, which we talked about on the weekly profile. And then I do like this 38.95-ish area because we have had several levels line up on session profiles and weekly profiles in this area. So as you guys can see, we've got range lows, overnight lows, point of controls, more overnight lows, another point of control, overnight highs, range highs, overnight highs again, initial balance high from Thursday. So that is a major area of interest if we can indeed move back up and hold above these lower levels, this 38.30, 38.45 level. This is where I would be looking, and ultimately I will be looking towards this 39.3175 level, which is a naked point of control from the session, regular trading hour session of February 16th. So that is probably my biggest target to the upside if we can regain and hold that bullish momentum this week, is that 39.3175 level. As you guys know, if you've been watching my videos, those naked point of controls are essentially like magnets for price. When price gets in the range of a naked POC, it is very, very high probability that we move to that level, tap that liquidity, and then see what the other time frame players or how the other time frame players are viewing that level. So if we can move above this, then that is going to tell us that the other time frame players are viewing the 38.30s, 38.40s as a fair price, if not a fair price, a cheap price at that. So that means, it's a good buy. If that is a good buy for this week, then we will very likely be moving back up into that level. Now, another thing that I want to show you guys is the daily chart. We don't look at the daily chart too often here on this channel or in my videos, but we do talk about the opportunity zone quite often on this channel. So with that, I want to show you guys that ES is actually right in the daily opportunity zone. So you can see here, let me remove some of these arrows. All right, so opportunity zone on the daily chart. This is ES. You can see we've got all of our normal indicators, and you can see that the opportunity zone not only works on tick charts, but it works on everything. This is the beauty of having a strategy that is exceptionally high probability, that works on not only any time frame, tick frame, whatever, but this works on any asset, any instrument. You can use this strategy, essentially pull up a chart, whether it's Twitter stock, ES, or lean hog futures. Doesn't matter. The op zone works. So with that said, we are indeed getting picked up in the daily opportunity zone on ES, and we are not only getting picked up in the op zone, we are likely, or I should say possibly, making higher lows here. If we get a daily close above 38.66, then that will indeed confirm a higher low on the daily chart, and that would increase the probability significantly of us getting further upside continuation. So that is something that I want to show you guys, and just to give you a further example, you can see this is the daily op zone here, right on ES, and I took this trade based on the 377 tick op zone. So this is my bread and butter strategy. I use it essentially every day, pretty much every day, especially when we're trending, because this is my trending strategy. So that is just something that I wanted to point out as well and show you guys how awesome something like this is. It's extremely simple. It's basically two moving averages. This is a custom indicator that we've used and made it shaded, and also enabled some alerts and things like that to make it even easier and remove the guesswork that much more. This op zone indicator is also available in the Trading Network Proprietary Indicator Package as well. So I won't keep this video going for too long, but I just wanted to show you that, and maybe I'll leave the screen recording or something like that to see if my trade plays out. To be fair, you know, I'm only about a 1.5 1.75 under my take profit, so maybe we get it hit quickly here, but you know, I want to be patient to see if this works out. And on the flip side, you know, if we put in like a local top or something like that, then I would probably close this trade. But for now, you know, it's still working in my favor. I really don't have any reason to close it before my target, because the trade is still valid and my trade idea has not been technically invalidated. You can see that my stop loss is below the opportunity zone, and my take profit is right below Fibonacci pivot R1. So just to show you guys this trade, I'm risking 3 points to make 5, and I have already locked in 3 points. So if I wanted to close it right here, this is a 1-to-1 risk to reward trade or more. As you can see, price is moving up right here. Time and sales is picking up a little bit, so perhaps we get a bit of a push to the upside. So I'll let this play out maybe for another minute or two, see if we can hit that take profit. Maybe we get it right here. So you can see price basically, you know, getting within 1-2 ticks of my take profit here. Oscillators are starting to curl over, so this is something that I would be keeping in mind. You know, if the oscillators do start to lose momentum more significantly to the upside, then maybe I would manually close this trade. Again, this is already over 1-to-1 risk to reward. But this is something a little different. We don't usually take trades first and foremost in the Globex session, and you know, you guys don't really get to hear me talk out a trade in real time too often. So this is a pretty cool little experience here for a Sunday night forecast video. All right, so pretty darn close to getting filled here, basically kind of teetering 1 and 2 ticks below the take profits. Just to break down this trade quickly one more time, this was an opportunity zone trade. So I got long because price was using the opportunity zone as support. I put my stop loss a good deal below the opportunity zone to make sure that I have cushion and or protection for my stop loss, as I like to call it. And I targeted Fibonacci pivot R1 because that is a very likely area for price to go, as Fibonacci pivots are magnets for price, just like market profile levels, just like those naked point of controls that we discussed. You will see if you throw fib pivots onto your chart that you will very, very likely, essentially every day, get trade opportunity off of these levels. So whether I get, you know, hit out at 38.45 or, you know, whether I close my trade here, this I'm going to call a winning trade because this worked very nicely. I did not even take any heat on this trade, which was beautiful. And after I entered, you can see that price continued to work in my favor. Price continued to use the opportunity zone as support, and my trade idea never got invalidated, as I mentioned earlier. So you can see price is literally sitting at my take profit right here. I'm just going to go ahead and close this, and we will call this a win. And that is a $962 trade, $962.50 to be precise, in roughly, let's see, how long ago did I take that? So it's about 35 minutes. So I got in before I started recording this video, and I guess you could say I did take a little bit of heat. So price came down to 39, so I took, you know, a few ticks, 1 point perhaps. With that said, there you go. You can see price move through R1. This was indeed about a 5-point trade, 4 3/4 point trade, and this is, you know, how I like to trade, whether it's in Globex, which I don't do very often, or whether it's in New York session, which is, you know, normally when I'm doing my work and taking my trades. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video, the little bit of a scalping breakdown in combination with the weekly forecast. I hope that gives you guys a little bit more insight in regards to how I'm using these tools together, how I'm using the indicator package, how I'm using the op zone, and again, how the op zone not only works on 377 and 1,000 tick like I typically use it, but also the daily chart. ES is bouncing nicely in that daily op zone, and we're going to use that to our advantage. I'm playing options based on the daily op zone, and I do it all the time. This is how I use these same strategies to make me money in other realms other than scalping. I want to thank you guys very much for taking the time to watch these videos. I greatly appreciate you guys subscribing, liking these videos, leaving comments down below, and letting me know what you think. It really does make a difference, and again, I immensely appreciate it. For those of you guys who are interested in getting more information on joining the trading network, please check out the description down below where you can find a link to our Facebook group where I release trade plans for ES and NQ on a daily basis around 9:30 a.m. Eastern every day at market open in that Facebook group. And you can also find access to our website, thetradingnetwork.io, where you can get information on one-on-one mentorship with me. I offer 4-week trading mentorship programs. I offer 10-week trading mentorship programs and a few other varying lengths. You can also get info on the Trading Network Proprietary Indicator Package, which you see in this video. And you can get information on joining our Discord, where I trade live every day at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. It is a two-way stream, so any of our Discord members can hop on voice chat. They can ask me questions. They can talk about trade ideas in real time, ask me why I'm taking trades, what I'm thinking, things like that. And last but not least, you can also get access to the Fundamentals of Futures Trading course, which is our comprehensive course where we discuss the opportunity zone in great detail, as well as our ranging strategy, the momentum flip. And these strategies are also used in combination with the Trading Network Proprietary Indicator Package, which you can get bundles for. So what that means is you can get the fundamentals of futures trading, you can get the indicator package, and you can get lifetime Discord access all together in a bundle. And we also offer up to a 4-month payment plan on that to make it a little easier on the wallet as well. So please let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, I greatly appreciate you all taking the time to be a part of the trading network, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.